We begin tonight at 6 with a push for freedom, now one step closer to reality for an Indiana man behind bars for the last 30 years. Dusty Turner was convicted of murder in Virginia in 1996, but Turner and his family have long maintained he didn't do it.
And now today, a parole board granted him early release. Our Ashton Hackman shares an update to this story that WTHR first started covering more than 2 decades ago.
I appreciate that you gave me the opportunity to meet with you.
Dusty Turner listened remotely from a Virginia prison he's known for 30 years. A 5-person parole board voting 3-2, granting him the freedom he's been fighting for since his conviction. The Bloomington native was 20 when he was charged with murder in the 1995 killing of Jennifer Evans. Police found her body 9 days after she was reported missing in Virginia. Turner and fellow Navy SEAL candidate Billy Joe Brown later came forward to police. Separate juries convicted both men of murder in 1996 and sentenced them to 82 and 72 years in prison with no chance of parole. But Turner has long admitted he only helped cover up Evans's death, insisting it was Brown who killed her, a claim Brown himself would later make under oath, a confession the jury nor public ever heard until 2002.
The tragedy of Jennifer's murder has had an impact upon me, and a profound impact, and it haunts me every day.
A decades-long push for freedom, now the latest chapter in a story WTHR has followed from the start.
I've done a lot of jailhouse interviews, if you will.
Former WTHR reporter Roger Harvey interviewed Turner from prison in 2004. The case is one he says that caught his attention from the start.
There was something different about Dusty, something different about his mom, something different about all the facts that were presented. I can only imagine the feeling that Dusty's mom has, because she has believed in her son from the very beginning.
A son now just a short time away from freedom after 3 decades in prison. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
The DOC will now determine a timeline for Turner's release. Also, tonight we are hearing from his family. They sent us a statement saying in part, quote, "We look forward with great anticipation to the day now within reach when Dusty walks out of prison and is reunited in person with his loved ones for the very first time since 1995.
Tonight at 6, we're learning new details about a Shelby County teenager who's accused of planning to carry out a school shooting. 17-year-old Alexis Pickett is charged tonight as an adult. Police say these alleged threats were aimed at Morristown High School. Police say they found conversation on Pickett's phone about an obsession with school shooters, along with photos and videos of the school. Pickett is in jail right now on a $1 million bond, charged with attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and intimidation.
Today in a courtroom in Delaware County, 2 men from Indianapolis facing murder charges, and it all stems from a car fire.
Our Rich Nye talked to the woman who reported that fire, which led to a disturbing discovery.
23-year-old Amiris Aponte is charged with murder. 40-year-old Randall Moon Jr. is charged with aiding in murder, along with 2 women. The charred ground off County Road 500 South in rural Delaware County shows where a car was set on fire December 14th. Tanya Turner took this photo and called 911.
I went outside to look because I wanted to see what it was, and it was a vehicle on fire, and it looked like the passenger door was open on the front.
A body was found inside the car, the person still not publicly identified.
An autopsy showed that the victim had soot in their lungs and trachea, which leads investigators to believe that that person may have still been alive when the car was set on fire.
Court records say that the victim may have been wrapped in fabric after something bad happened at this house on Vermont Street in Indianapolis. The 4 people charged allegedly drove to Delaware County looking for a place to dump the body. In Muncie, Rich Nye, 13 News.
Cloudy start, sunny finish. We ended up with high temperatures again in the 50s today. We're down to 48 from our high of 54 in Indianapolis, also 48 degrees in Greencastle. But I want to point out the 50s and 60s down to our southwest. We get that warm over the next couple of days. That will put high temperatures almost 30 degrees above the average. Lots of clouds around tomorrow. It's going to be a warm day. There will be a few showers, but we'll jump from 37 in the morning into the low 50s at noon. High temperatures close to 60 degrees. We'll be in the low to mid 60s with some showers lingering on Friday as well. This weather system set to arrive during the afternoon hours tomorrow. It brings us a few showers with some heavier rain, thunder, and some gusty winds Thursday night into Friday. I'll continue the timeline, the local analysis in a few minutes.
Angela, thank you. Indiana State Representative Craig Haggard now setting his sights on Washington, D.C. in 2026. In fact, our camera's there this morning as he officially filed to run for Indiana's 4th Congressional District. He currently serves as a state rep for the 57th District in Indiana. He says he's focused to continue his work at the State House while he works ahead to prepare for his next challenge.
There's going to be a lot of late nights, talking to a lot of people, keep doing what I've been doing. Work this session till it ends, hopefully at the end of February, and then just spend every waking moment trying to run for the seat, talk to people in the district, and kind of grow that grassroots.
He's filing for the 4th District, and Congressman Jim Baird currently represents Indiana's 4th Congressional District. You might remember that he was hospitalized just yesterday in a car crash. His son posted today that his dad is out of the hospital. We have yet to hear if he has plans to run for re-election later this year.
Democrats tonight are looking to gain a foothold in rural Indiana counties after nearly 30 people filed to run for state office today. The Indiana Rural Summit Coalition is a group of Democrats representing what they call the largest group filing in recent history. They're running for House and Senate seats representing rural areas and small towns, areas they say are often overlooked in state politics.
At the very end of the day, here's what they're giving voters: a choice. And that to me is the most important thing, because in many of these counties, we have gone time and time again, election after election, without really having any choices on the ballot.
I represent small rural schools like Brown County and Brownstown because it is really important that we are funding those schools fully. And I just don't see the legislature listening to us on that fact.
The coalition candidates will also share resources like technology and joint events during their campaigns.
Happening tonight, the Shelbyville Plan Commission is meeting to discuss a new potential data center there.
Yeah, our proposal that we're talking about is receiving lots of pushback from the community. Alex Almanza joins us live from Shelbyville High, where that meeting is scheduled to begin in about an hour. Alex?
Yeah, many more seats here at Shelbyville High School. Much different scene than on Monday when city, county, or common council members voted to approve land or annexation of real estate tied to this data center development. Prologis is a real estate company behind the development. They're requesting 429 acres east of Interstate 74 and State Road 44 to be rezoned as industrial. Now, that meeting on Monday, people were overflowing the room outside of council chambers and outside of the building. Hundreds of people tuning in just to get an understanding of what this project means. But here at Shelbyville High School, hundreds of seats are expected to be filled as people, push back on this. Over 3,000 people have signed a petition against this development. And what this meeting tonight is going to be about is, this is going to go in front of the Plan Commission. They're going to debate it, and people are going to have an opportunity to ask questions and give comments. So definitely going to be an interesting night and maybe a long night, as many people aren't interested.
We'll look forward to getting your report tonight at 11. Alex Almanza outside Shelbyville High. Tonight, an Indianapolis man forced to flee his home country of Venezuela, reacting to the U.S. capture of that country's deposed president.
Ahead here at 6:15, he shares the oppression that he says he witnessed firsthand before he came here to the States. Angela?
Emery, our weather pattern turning soggy and stormy ahead of a temperature tumble all in the 7-day.
You may have seen signs of construction near Pennsylvania and Georgia Street here in downtown Indy.
And now we can tell you what the project is planned for this key area in the years to come.